Rangers.
Hey, look, it's attacking! Hey, look, it's attacking!
Go, Zack! Go, Kimberly! Go, Billy! Go, Trini! Go, Jason! Go, go, Power Rangers!
So, poor old Zordon is still around, eh? Little does he realize his pitiful teenage do-gooders are no match for me.
We need dinosaur power now!
Go, 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 go!
Log on! In the groove, ready to move! All systems online!
Powered up and ready to go! All right, let's get to it!
Go, go, Power Rangers! Go, go, Power Rangers! Go black, go pink, go blue, go yellow, go red, red, red! Go, 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 Power Rangers!
We can't give up! We've got to find their weak spot!
Right!
He's tough, but we're tougher! Now it's our turn!
Go, 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 go!
You've had it! You've had it! You've had it! Bird brain!
Go, go, Black Ranger! Go, go, Pink Ranger! Go, go, Blue Ranger! Go, go, Yellow Ranger! Go, go, Red Ranger! Go, go, Power Rangers! Go, go, Power Rangers! Pink Ranger!
You've had it! Bird brain!
Go, go, Black Ranger! Go, go, Pink Ranger! Go, go, Blue Ranger! Go, go, Yellow Ranger! Go, go, Red Ranger! Go, go, Power Rangers! Go, go, Power Rangers!
It's time we finish this dude! Alright! Dragonzord's got him! Let's finish him, guys!
Locked on target and ready to fire!
Yeah, let's blast him!
Smash him and trash him!
Ultrazord! Power up! Ultrazord sequence complete! Lock on and fire!
Go, go, Power Rangers!
You tell yourself, no one wants your college-era band tees. But on Depop, people are searching for exactly what you've got. You once paid a small fortune for them at merch stands. Now, a teenager who calls them vintage will offer that same small fortune back. Sell them easily on Depop. Just snap a few photos and we'll take care of the rest. Who knew your questionable music taste would be a money-making machine? Your style.
I know it's time for me to leave this place, but my heart still beats strong. I know it's time for me to be my babe, but my heart won't be alone. Oh, baby.君はこんな僕にどんな未来を描き10年後の予定だなんて話をするの僕にはわからない明日のことさえもでも大丈夫どこにも行かないからそのわけは君の体はディスコティック踊りたくなるようなときめ
Your little one grew 3 inches overnight. Adorable. Also, expensive. Sell their pint-sized pieces on Depop and list them in minutes with no selling fees. Because somewhere, a dad refuses to pay full price for the clothes his kids will outgrow tomorrow. And he's ready to buy your son's entire wardrobe right now. Consider your future growth spurt budget secured. Start selling on Depop, where taste recognizes taste. Payment processing fees and boosting fees still apply. See website for details.
Totally flabulous. Big bad Beetleborgs. Big bad Beetleborgs. 3 typical average kids love to read their comic strips, wishing one day they could be Big Bad Beetleborgs. Big bad Beetleborgs. Big bad Beetleborgs. On a dare, they went inside a haunted, spooky mansion. Just by chance, read this ghost, I made them Beetleborgs. Big bad Beetles. Hey, look now, they're superheroes, armed with superpowers. Taken from a comic strip, and now they're Beetleborgs. Big bad Beetleborgs. Big bad Beetleborgs. Big bad Beetleborgs. Big bad Beetleborgs. Beetles everywhere. Catch those villains if you dare. They might be big and mean, but you're the biggest, baddest thing. One is quick and one is strong. The other's brave. Can't go wrong. Superheroes. 1, 2, 3. Beetleborgs. What you see?
Feel like your toot sensitivity isn't severe enough to deal with? What if I told you Sensodyne has a fast and simple remedy?
Okay. I'm gonna get really into it if I just keep going. It's only been a while since I've done an art stream. We need to fix that today. It needs to be fixed. 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 So today it might be a little low energy. It might be a little locked in, but that's all for the purpose of trying to complete this art. That's what I want to achieve. That's what I wish to achieve today. So hold on, just a minute. Cause I'm trying to think of something I can watch. We can watch together as we. There we go. Tree. Give me my snowshoes. If you're ready to join the monsters. So yeah, this is pretty cool. How you guys doing this evening? I am delicious. So, hold on. Alright, here we go. So, we're gonna probably go ahead and do HS. gonna get to it in a second. I'm just going to. Yeah. This is pretty dope. No, that's not it. That's not it. Gotta be around here somewhere. I forget it. Oh wait, hold up. We them boy. Before I get started, darn it. I keep trying to look for it. It's like I'm gonna get started soon. I'm just like, oh yeah, this is it. This is it. And I actually did turn it down because, probably believe it or not, these headphones are actually really good. Yeah, let's do it. So isn't this like the update Tommy talking to? Yeah, I'm like obsessed with it. I think it's a silly as it is. It's a fun movie. Here we go. Put this at the bottom. We're gonna get to it in a minute, so. We got this, and now we're gonna have this. No. Yes. What's taking so long, bro? You just gotta understand. I will get to it in a moment. And the bottom. The bottom. The bottom. The bottom. So, as you can see, happy Pride Month to all my lovely queers out there, and all the cool people, all the cool queers out there, because you guys are all cool, and all the good stuff. And, you know, I'm having a good day. Pretty chill day. Pretty chill day. One sec. This is actually a better way to check my YouTube chat, because I like to look. But today we are going to I'm going to be doing the art stream. I'm going to try to get to as many people as I can, wherever's in chat, to say what's up. Definitely. Alrighty. Alright, let's do it. But you know what though?
Welcome to an Idiot Box, where we watch, rate,
One
and
moment.
rank all forms of media that can be seen on a screen. My name is
This is
Samantha,
earlier.
and today, as a celebration for Halloween, we're going to be looking at the VHS film series,
This will help
which
a
started in
lot more than
2012
what I'm
and
trying to do.
apparently by this point will just never die. So VHS is a franchise which follows the normal kind of horror anthology format, but with the biggest twist being that each one is found footage. Mostly, I'll get to that later. And honestly, I had no interest in watching this franchise back when it all first started, and I really did just ignore it until the release of VHS 99, and then I binge watched all 5 movies and the spin-off in about a day, and ever since then, I've been a big fan. Having 85 come out basically like the day after I binged it all was really damn cool, and waiting a whole year for Beyond to come out was even cool. How by each segment. So a little quick disclaimer, when it comes to my actual ratings of each story, it'll be based completely on my personal preferences.
Oh Lord.
There might be some stories in here that I give low scores to that you'd probably say is the greatest of all time, and that is completely fine. It's all just subjective opinion. I am not at all saying that my rankings is the correct one. It's just about how I personally feel about each one. I'll also just need to say there will be some controversial things in this video for my actual ratings and rankings of some stories, but like I said earlier, it's all just opinion, and this video is honestly just for a bit of fun like all my other ones. This is also my first non-Doctor Who related video, so hopefully it doesn't completely bomb, but if it does, oh well, I still had fun watching all these films and giving them ratings and stuff. The last little bit to mention is that when I say I'm covering everything in VHS, I mean everything.
Having some technical
Every single
difficulties.
segment, be it
because
official,
it's not a stream
and
unless I have
to
technical difficulties.
non-official, if
Like for real, I worked on.
Snapchat mini
made
stories
sure
that they
that
did in
now it's
2019,
acting a
and of
fool.
course the two
Making me out to be a
spin-off
fool.
films,
I
which
really hate
are
when this
sort of
happens.
canon,
I'm
sort
gonna have
of
to
not.
give me one second. I'm gonna have to do it in the
Basically
back
just
of my computer.
adaptations/sequels
Forget
to
it.
normal
I'm doing it in the
segment
back of the
stories.
computer.
But with that out of the way, let's get straight into it with VHS 1.
Boo.
Released in 2012, VHS 1 is the beginning of this franchise, and sometimes you'll definitely be able to feel it. I do love the charm of this film, as I'll get into a little bit later on, as essentially it was just made by a bunch of friends with hardly any budget at all doing their own individual little stories that sort of connect in this one. But as you'll see, the wraparound for this one is an interesting one, which isn't always positive. I will just like to say though that I do actually kind of like this film, and I know a lot of people think it's the best one, and complete power to you, but as I'll explain, I have some issues with it. So let's get straight into it with the wraparound story. And the wraparound story for VHS 1. And honestly, it's not great. So the way that I've done it for all the wraparounds is I've combined them together through my own editing software to make them feel like a complete segment. And even whilst doing that for this one, it's just not very good. All the characters we follow in this one are some of the most horrific human beings that I think have ever been put to any kind of
Okay, that
screen.
should do it.
None of them are even slightly
Cool.
redeemable, they're just horrific
Now.
people. And for me
That should
personally,
do
I
it.
need characters
Oh,
I
my
root for,
goodness.
even if I hate them, I still
Alright.
need to root for them at least a little bit. I just don't feel that with this
Playphone.
segment. And
Okay.
a lot of the other things I find a problem with is honestly down to the villain of this segment. It's not very scary, it's kind of slow and boring, but I do really appreciate how it wraps around and connects to all the other stories, so it's a 3 out of 10. It's bad, but it's not awful.
Oh yeah. Yep, there it goes.
When it comes to famous segments, Amateur Night is definitely the most famous VHS segment. It's the one that most people think about, and there's good reason for it. The main antagonist, Lily, is honestly one of the coolest little creature designs I've ever seen for such a low budget film. And yeah, she's terrifying, and the actress who plays her is absolutely incredible in the role. My main issue is kind of stemming from my issue with the previous segment. The main 3 lads that we follow throughout this story are just horrible, kind of rapey human beings, and I'm like, I don't really like these guys. They're kind of giving me the creeps, like the douchebag, tech bro vibe is what they give me, the kind of guys who think they can just get away with anything. I like how they do get the comeuppance, but overall, it does drag it down a bit. Even so, the gore is absolutely awesome for this one, and I do enjoy it despite the issues, so it's good. 7 out of 10. The next segment is Second Honeymoon, and it's much more of a slow burn this time around.
There we go. That'll
Honestly,
do.
for a lot of this
That'll
story, the
do.
cinematography
Alright, here we
is
go. Cool,
gorgeous,
cool.
especially
I finally
for
got
a
it.
found footage movie. You don't expect to see such really nice locations and some really good camera work, and
No, I
it
gotta-
definitely helps. The twist at the end is also really well done and honestly shocking. I didn't see it coming at all on first viewing. The main issue I have with this one is it's a very slow burn. Honestly, the first 5 minutes
cool.
of this segment, and it's only about 15 to 20 minutes long, could have been cut, and it would have only improved the film. It's just really drags on, especially for that first half, because the main 2 characters are in such an awkward, unhappy marriage setting. It's just uncomfortable to watch at times and gets a bit boring. I still like a lot of aspects of this, but I'm honestly quite mixed on it, so I have to give it a 5 out of 10. Tuesday the 17th is the 3rd proper segment of this film, and yeah, I'd say it's definitely an improvement of the last one, but in a very weird way. Honestly, as we get further along in this video, I'll be mentioning the comedy horror aspects of VHS 99, and this feels like the beginning of that. This segment is so cheesy. I do love all the stuff that comments on like slasher films, and the final girl, and the villain basically being immortal. It's all fun. The main cast are completely stupid, but in an entertaining way compared to like a creepy way. And it is entertaining. My main problem honestly comes down to the glitch effect of the main antagonist. It just looks really bad, like really bad throughout, and I was expecting a lot more from the kills in this since it's like a slasher parody, but I still liked it. It's still fun despite its cheesiness, so another 7 out of 10.
There
The
we go.
sick thing that happened to Emily when she was younger is such a mouthful of a title. I have no idea why they called it this instead of just The Sick Thing, because that's what I'm going to refer it to now on. And this is the first segment of the franchise that made me really start to enjoy it. If it honestly wasn't for this segment, I don't think I would have kept watching any of the future ones, but for me, this one had it all. It's a bit of a slow burn, like Second Honeymoon, and it is a little bit too slow at times, but a lot of it is really good build-up. There's a bunch of really good jump scares in this. The main character of Emily is like a really, really good character for only being on screen for about 15 minutes. The twist ending, once again, really damn good. Did not see that coming and was absolutely shocked. And yeah, I really like this one. My only issue, honestly, is a couple of the pacing issues and the very last scene being a bit out of nowhere, but I still really enjoy this one. It's great. 8 out of 10. 10:31:98 are for us British people. 31:10:98 is the final segment of VHS. This one being done by Radio Silence, who, if you've ever watched Radio or not, you kind of know what you're in for when it comes to the horror mixed with a little bit of a goofy element. And yeah, this one's also great. I'm just going to straight say off the bat, this is an 8 out of 10. And it's just so fun. I love the haunted house vibe being an actual haunted house. Once again, because it's a VHS segment, there's a twist ending, and it's another really good one. I love the main 4 boys in this one, how they're not creepy at all, and are honestly really sweet lads, and played by the filmmakers too, which is fun. I just think it's a really good juxtaposition compared to the sleaziness of the rest of the segments, that this one is so lighthearted. And yeah, it's just fun. It's not amazing or anything, but it is great. That's why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Just a ton of fun for a good 15 minutes. And that's it for VHS 1. Like I said, I do have some issues, especially at the start and with the wraparound, but overall, it's not that bad of an experience. And as you can see from my ratings, there is quite a distinction between the ones I really like and the ones that I don't like so much. But I'd still say it's worth a watch, especially for those final 2 segments, which really start to show what VHS can do. And changing over to the rankings, it was pretty obvious what last place was going to be, but probably not as obvious for first place since I praised those 2 segments so much. It was honestly difficult to decide which one I liked more, but I decided to go with that one just because it fit my kind of criteria for horror a bit more. I still really like this film. It has a lot of like teething issues, but thankfully, pretty much all my issues with this film are fixed and expanded onto a ridiculous level with the next one. So let's get straight into VHS 2. VHS 2 was released 6 months after the first film, which you'd probably immediately think, like I did, wow, this was rushed and it has to be an absolute disaster and mess. But I am so glad to say, you're wrong. I was wrong, everyone's wrong. In 100% honesty, and I'm just going to spoil this straight off the bat, this is probably one of the best anthology films ever made. It only has 4 segments this time and the wraparound compared to the 5 segments and wraparound that VHS 1 had, but my god, do they make up for it with this one. It's so good, and I genuinely just can't wait anymore. Let's get straight into it with VHS 2. Tape 49 is the wraparound this time, continuing with the little tape thing from the previous one for its wraparound, and it is an improvement in almost, emphasis on the almost, every way. A lot of the sleaziness is toned down, but there's still some aspects of it at the start especially, and after that it gets a lot better. I really like the main two characters in this one. Like, they're just a lot of fun, they're kind of cute together, and also both dumb as a doornail, because wow, so much weird stuff happens in this segment for her watching the tapes, and the guy just doesn't really acknowledge any of it, and it's kind of funny, very dumb, but also, like I said, kind of funny. It's a fun little segment for a wraparound, and honestly, it doesn't do too much different from the first one, except have better characters and overall writing, but it's still not great. I like it, but it's definitely the weakest part of this film, 6 out of 10. Our first segment is Phase 1 Clinical Trials, and damn, this is a good segment. So, since we're all found footage films, I didn't really mention it last time, but normally it's just like a camera or something. This one is the actual character's eye is the camera, after it was injected into him as some kind of like medical experiment since he lost his actual eye. And he starts seeing ghosts and supernatural things through this eye, and yeah, that's just an awesome concept. Honestly, my only complaint for this one is I wish it was a bit longer and a bit more expanded on, as it feels like it ends when it was really hitting its stride. Honestly, Adam Wingard, despite being just a director and not really an actor, is really good in this segment. I'm really shocked that he doesn't do more acting, but obviously it's a bit difficult to become a giant gorilla or a giant lizard in Godzilla vs. Kong when you're directing it. Even so, this segment's great. I generally just wish it was longer, so 8 out of 10. Our second segment is A Ride in the Park, and this was made by the guys who made Blair Witch, so when it comes to found footage, these guys know what they're doing since they essentially solidified the genre. And yeah, A Ride in the Park is awesome. Like, it's literally a zombie apocalypse movie that's only about like 20 minutes long, but where we follow the zombie's perspective. That is just such a genius but simple idea. And I looked it up, this had never been done before, and I don't know how. It's just really fun to watch. I love seeing all the usual zombie tropes being turned on their head by us following them instead of seeing the zombies. It's really fun. The gore in this one is awesome. I love all the stuff when it comes to his humanity aspects and trying to break free from the zombiness. It's really cool, really interesting. Once again, I wish it was just slightly longer. That's my only complaint, so 9 out of 10, this is amazing. Our third segment is Safe Haven, which the majority of people would probably put as the best segment, and honestly, I can see why. This one follows a documentary.
Ooh, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm so sorry. Hold on.
Yeah, it goes to some really dark places.
Hold on. Be right back. Let's see.
New Sensodyne Clinical Repair starts to repair sensitive areas of teeth after 60 seconds.
Don't let
Granger offers professional-grade products, easy reordering online, and 24/7 support, helping procurement managers keep buildings running so people can keep working. Call, click, or stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Championing policies that can triple a person's chance of survival. We are the American Heart Association.
どんぶらこどんぶらこどんどん揺れる揺れて目指すはどんぶらハッピーエンド探してたこの心ウキウキ暴れさせて冒険はいつだってワンダフル繋がってくエンドエン出会いは少しトリッキー打ち解けりゃ鬼も笑う見える景色がちょっとずつ違う皆様のお手を拝借 So let's get the party started どんどんいいとこ見て得意げに触れ合おうぜください誓いは間違いじゃない楽しもうぜ Don't do that happy な happy time どんぶらと大集合踊れ笑え
Okay, I'm back. Cynthia's bathroom. Oh, goodness. Alright, so we are drawing. Yeah, all that good stuff. Okay. So, just a minute. There we go. I gotta hold this thing in. There we go. That's better. Alright, back to the video.
If you've ever found out what the drink the Kool-Aid term actually means, that's basically this segment, but with some reanimated Evil Dead style zombies, a giant demon, and really disturbing culture imagery, and tons, and I mean tons of gore. It's really good, it's really fun. My main issue honestly comes back to my issues with characters. Two of the main characters were having an affair, and that just immediately makes me write them off. Like, I don't care about either of these people anymore. They're arseholes for doing this to their friend slash partner, and it really does damage the segment for me. I do love the ending, but that little issue, if it was just removed, I'd like it a lot more. Still, it's an 8 out of 10. The last segment this time is Slumber Party Alien Massacre. Just straight off the bat, I love sci-fi horror. I mean, the fact that I've covered Doctor Who for like the past 4 months is probably a big hint that I love sci-fi. And all of the old videos before I rebranded the channel shows how much I love horror, so it was pretty obvious why I love sci-fi horror. And this one is so good and so fun. I love the kids in this one. They're just really funny. They behave exactly like actual kids do, instead of just obvious, like, being told what to do by adults who grew up in, like, the fucking 80s. I really like this one. All the kids feel so genuine. The teenagers feel so genuine. The aliens are terrifying. There's some amazing jump scares in this, and some really good comedy aspects. I just really love this segment, even if the ending does make me really upset. But still, this is one of the best segments in VHS history, and there's a reason it was adapted into feature length. 10 out of 10. And that's VHS 2. Like I said, massive step up from the first one, and I mean, just look at my ratings. Just look at them. Look at how high they all are. Even the lowest ones are 6. Like, that basically never happens. And changing over to the rankings, obviously we knew what number 1 was going to be. I adore Slumber Party Alien Massacre. I love the fact he got a feature-length adaptation I'll talk about in, like, what, an hour or so for this video. And yeah, it's just a really good film. I'd highly recommend this. This is probably my favourite anthology film ever, horror or not. It's just so well made. The only issue I would want to fix is the wraparound. And when your only issue for an anthology film is the wraparound's a little bit dull, you've done something right. So yeah, VHS 2, it's really good. Definitely check it out. But now we've got the best out of the way, let's get the worst out of the way. Because my god, the next one is painful. VHS Viral is up next, released in 2014, about a year after the previous one, and oh boy, let me just get this right off the bat. If it wasn't for one specific segment I'll get to shortly, this film would probably be in my top 5 worst films I've ever watched in my life, because there is so little redeemable about it. I don't know how they screwed up so much. After the first one showed a ton of potential, the second one basically achieved all that potential. How did this fail so badly? And I've looked into the filmography of the people involved in this film. A lot of them who did these segments went on to do really good films and really good projects and really good shows. How was this made and released the way it was? I will never fully understand, but let's get straight into it with the worst segment of all time, because oh boy, let's just go. Vicious Circles is the wraparound of a VHS Viral, and there is nothing redeeming about this. I originally gave this a score of, I think, 2 or a 3 out of 10, and shortly before making this video, I thought back, what is actually redeemable about it? All the characters in this one are either horrifically stereotypical to the point of racism, horrific characters with absolutely no personalities, or just downright arseholes. The next bit was the cinematography and stuff. Nope, this one looks horrific, it's constantly blurry. I get that's the point of found footage, but sometimes I couldn't even see what was happening. Then other times it was too clear. There was no consistency. And the gore in it is decent, but the rest of the segments have good gore too, so yeah, I really thought about it, and there's nothing redeeming here. The plot is atrocious, makes absolutely no sense, and forces itself to connect back to the first 2. It's a 1 out of 10, and I barely give that, but this deserves it.
Just drawing up this cake.
Dante the Great starts off really good, and I do mean shockingly good. After seeing the first part of the wraparound, I really was not excited. Maybe it's because it lowered my expectations, but the first half of this is honestly a really good segment. I love the documentary style of this one, still fitting in with being found footage, but with that more Netflix documentary feeling to it before Netflix was even a thing. I think it really does help it to stand out. But then everything falls apart during the final act of this story, when it just stops being found footage, essentially. Yes, the filmmaker can try and say it was a documentary crew, or we were moving into reality, but that's not what a found footage movie does. And it completely falls apart, and all the special effects, despite looking good at times, also start to get really bad. I mean, the cloak is literally just a man under a cloak pulling it in. It completely falls apart, and because of that, I can only give it a 4 out of 10.
There we go.
Parallel Monsters is the second proper segment of this film, and wow, this is such a step up in quality. I know a lot of people have an issue with this segment, and I do get why, but let's just say the first half of this is incredible. It's very sci-fi horror, very creepy, tons of eldritch feeling atmosphere. You don't really understand what's going on. And then a dick monster appears. And I know that's what turned a lot of people off this segment, but for me, I absolutely love it. It's just my kind of sense of humor. Kind of Evil Dead 2 levels of just silliness that I just find really fun. The amount of gore in this one's great. The way that the parallel version of the main character is killed off is so gross, but so funny to me. I just really enjoy this segment. It's a ton of fun. Is it perfect? Oh, hell no. There's tons of issues with it. But as the first proper foreign language segment, I think it's really good. So, 8 out of 10. And then we get the segment that reminds me I'm watching VHS Viral and not one of the better films because we have Bone Storm. And yeah, this is just bad. It just focuses on a bunch of arsehole skater kids who just keep saying some of the most generic "hello, I am a teenager" styled combos, which is weird since apparently this segment wasn't very scripted and the kids were genuinely just saying things like, okay. All the stuff with their mate trying to get them killed is just really bizarre to me and doesn't make much sense. The cult stuff genuinely comes out of nowhere. And the fact one of them just has a gun, and I'm like, this is really bad luck at the youth, guys. It's just kind of a disaster in all honesty. It's fun, I won't say it's not. But this is one of those stories which is kind of so bad, it's okay. Not so bad it's good, but okay. But at the end of the day, it's still bad, so 3 out of 10.
Going on to the last layer.
Up next is a bonus segment with the very interesting Gorgeous Vortex. So originally this was meant to be part of VHS Viral, but it was cut because, as you can see from the footage here, it's not even found footage. How did this happen? How do you make a found footage movie? And then one of the filmmakers just goes, nah, I'm just going to do my own thing, sorry. And I can look past that because it wasn't officially part of Viral. But what I can't look past is that this is Baby's first art film. Nothing happens in this segment. It's a bunch of really pretty artistic shots that don't actually mean anything. It's like someone looked at a Salvador Dali painting and just went, I'm going to try and make that into a film, without getting any of the nuance. It's really slow, really boring, nothing's really happening, and it's not found footage. 2 out of 10, bad, very bad. And that's VHS Viral, and yes, as you can see from my ratings, they're all pretty low, and no, I will not be removing Gorgeous Vortex, because this was made with the intention of being in this movie. And there is literally a part of the wraparound which obviously stops at the end of the part of it to show this film, and then just doesn't, so it just keeps going. This one's a mess, like, my god, this film's a mess. As you can see from my rankings, it was really obvious where everything was going to be since each one has a different number. There is one massive standout in this film that does not deserve to be with the rest of it, and I generally feel so sorry for Parallel Monsters for this. But the other 4 range from not great or even good to just genuinely one of the worst things I've ever watched in my life. And as a whole, Viral's just really bad. I can't believe how much we screwed up. And those people who defend Viral, I'm sorry, it was that bad it cancelled the franchise for like 7 years. That doesn't just happen for no reason. And yeah, Viral sucks. It's obvious where a lot of these will be with my final overall rankings at the end of the video, so let's take a little bit of a detour before we get back into better quality when it comes to VHS and have a look at these Snapchat stories. VHS Video Horror Stories was part of a weird little moment in time where Snapchat tried to make original content before basically giving it up and just giving money to influencers to post about 70 times a day. And yeah, they did it for VHS. Why they chose this franchise that hadn't had an installment in 4 years and no one really cared about anymore is completely unknown to me, but do you know what? They are part of the franchise. There are segments here, some of which are good, some of which not so much, so I thought I'd include them for this video because I wanted to do a full comprehensive look at the entire franchise. So yeah, sorry about the vertical aspect ratio, but it's just gotta cope with it. If you don't like it, just skip to 94. It's what I do when I watch through them anyway. The first shot is called Stray Dog, and yeah, it's fine. I honestly don't have too much to say about this, or the next 3 in 100% honesty. I like a lot of the aspects of this one. We don't really see the dog that much in this segment, and it does help add to the mystery about wondering what it could be. The family as well are kind of sweet together. I do like the character interactions, despite the fact it's only about 3 minutes long, but like I said, it's 3 minutes long. it's just too
How
short.
did
I
I
don't get a
know?
full feel for what's going on, and the jump scare at
What's
the
that?
end,
Trying to
like,
kill him and grab
it's
him up.
good, but it doesn't really do much.
Oh, no, you don't.
I still kind of like this, and I do have to kind of rate it based on the fact it's only 3 minutes compared to the usual length, so I'd give it a 6 out of 10. It's decent, but it's not amazing.
Well,
Up next is Rear View Window, and yeah, it's fine. I genuinely have hardly anything else to say about this one. The characters are complete stand-ins, at least with the family. I tried to give them a happy vibe in the previous one, but with this one, I feel nothing for these people. I don't know who they are. I don't care who they are. The horror in this one's good. It is a bit creepy and tense with like the falling of the car and stuff, and you do want to know what happens. But like with the previous one, because it ends so quickly and so abruptly, there's no real satisfying payoff. There's still some really good spooky moments in this, despite it only being about 2 to 3 minutes long. But, like I said, it's just not long enough, and it kind of shows how this format doesn't work all the time. So, yeah, I'd give it a 5 out of 10. I'm just very mixed on this one.
Got right on the keyboard.
Our third little shot is called The Nest, and yeah, this is how you do this kind of Snapchat-y styled horror film. Like, it literally feels like someone's recording it on their phone properly. The first two did to an extent, but with this one, it feels like the kind of correct way to do it. I don't know how else really to describe it. It just feels more organic. Like, with the first one, why would they just be recording this? With the second one, I kind of get why, but with this one, like, this is someone who wants to investigate, someone wants to feel fancy and excitable, and the actual nest itself is creepy. I love the woodland setting. It's really, really creepy. Like I said, it's just really good. The fact there's only really one cast member, apart from, like, the dude who dies, also really helps this one. How fleshed out she feels throughout the whole thing is really good. Once again, though, my main issue is just it's too short. I feel like when it finally gets going, it suddenly ends for the jump scare. But still, I think it's good. 7 out of 10. Then, last but not least, despite the fact the other 3 followed the found footage format, we once again have a VHS segment that is not found footage. This one's just shot like normal, but it happens to be on a camera phone, and it's not great. There's a good creepy moment partway through, and the main 2 characters are alright. They have decent chemistry, but not amazing. But yeah, it's not found footage. So the entire aspect of this feeling like just random Snapchats that might have been uploaded and are creepy and scary is completely ruined by it just being a normal camera that was just moved into a vertical slide. It just really ruins it. Like, why did they do this? They could have just had this be on the characters' phones. Why did they do this? It's a complete mess.
Have to draw that all over
like I said,
again.
the jump scare is decent, but yeah, just stop abandoning the format. It's never gonna work. Please stop. It's a 3 out of 10. It's honestly quite bad.
Darn it. I'm gonna have to.
And that's all there is for the very short-lived VHS Snapchat edition, as I like to nickname it. And yeah, it was an interesting experiment. That's probably the most praise I can give it. I mean, even just looking at my ratings, the highest one's a 7, which isn't the most endorsing. At least Viral had it.
It's like the time I was drawing, the power went out. It's like, man, I was deep into it. Sucks.
The Nest showed how well this could be done. But like I said, it just ends so we need more from it. We need more scares, we need more interesting things to happen. And as you can see from the rankings, by the end, with First Kiss, they just gave up. They just stopped caring. Despite the fact they'd improved, they just stopped caring. You know, I appreciate this little mini era of 2018 a lot more than I like it. I think it was a good test, but yeah, let's just say I'm really glad that they rebooted it, because if this was the end of a franchise, that would have been disappointing. But thankfully in 2021, we got a proper reboot to the series, and wow, was it a step up in quality from the last 2 installments, so let's get straight into it. VHS 94 is the first part of what is nicknamed the Shudder era of the VHS films, and honestly,
Alright, here we go.
thank God.
And-
Thank God this was brought back. Because if it wasn't, I probably wouldn't be talking about these films, and they wouldn't have the big fan base they do nowadays. People will have just remembered the first two and forcefully forgotten the third one, and it would have completely gone into horror obscurity, and I'm so glad it didn't, because 94 has issues. I'm not going to do what some people do and just praise it to high heaven and say it's the greatest thing on this planet, because it's not. But when it comes to quality, this is such a massive step up from what we got previously, apart from 2. And yeah, this really starts to show the more experimental side of what VHS can do, and the 1994 setting throughout all of the segments is honestly a really cool trick that I'm glad they stuck with for 2 more installments. So,
There we go.
I want to talk so much about 94, let's go straight to the wraparound. This time the wraparound is called Holy Hell, and it's essentially, if I'm being honest,
say,
the
like-
last proper wraparound for the rest of the franchise.
Oh, wash my
and
hands and get back in the bathroom.
yeah, after watching it, I can see why they
Crazy.
just gave up on doing traditional wraparounds. I don't hate Holy Hell. I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fan of this one because it is very messy and a lot of sudden things happen, especially towards the end of it, and a lot of characters are just killed off screen with absolutely no build-up or care. And yeah, I agree with those issues. I don't think it's great. I do like a lot of it though. I think there's a ton of really fun gore in here. The 90s aesthetic, which it brings in, really damn good. I love the way it connects to the other segments, like the church setting leading into the empty wake, like the TV screen of the news leading into Storm Drain, etc. I think it introduced them all really well. I just wish that the actual plot was, you know, a plot and not just characters wander around. So, 5 out of 10. If Amateur Night is not the thing
Hold
you
up,
think
let's
about when
save
it
it real
comes to
quick.
the
I'm not gonna have that
series,
happen again.
then Storm
I'm not gonna have
Drain
that happen again.
Definitely
Here we
is.
go.
Because, honestly, Ratma, it's just a really, really good story here, Ratma. I really like how creepy the first half of the Ratma is. And, yeah, it's just so cool to watch. It's only about, like, 15 to 20 minutes, Ratma. And it's just so cool. I
yeah.
love the main reporter girl. She's really Ratma to me. And the camera dude is also really Ratma. And obviously Ratma is Ratma. Ratma.
Ratma.
Hail
Hell
Ratma.
Ratma.
The ending with all the gore and the melted face is completely Ratma. Like, the Ratmaing in this is the most Ratma thing I've
Ever
ever seen in
Ratma.
my life. So it's 10 out of 10 Ratmas for me. The second proper segment this time is the Empty Wake, and yeah, it's good. I honestly feel bad for it though, because it comes straight after Storm Drain, which you'll probably be able to tell from all the jokes I made last time is one of my favourite segments of all time, and I genuinely feel bad for Story because of it. It's a slow burn again, and honestly, it's really good. It's very tense, it's very creepy throughout, but it's just a bit too slow at times as this issue. I feel like if even just like 2 minutes of it were cut, it'd really help the story, as it just takes way too long to get into it. I do love the 90s aesthetic once again for this one though, with it basically explaining
There we go.
how the found footage is in this one. Since we didn't just, you know, have FaceTime for people to attend Awake, and the main girl and the weird zombie thing is really cool. I love the amount of gore in this one, and it's very inventive when it comes to the zombie genre, but like I say, it comes after Storm Drain, and I think that does affect it. I feel bad for saying it, so 7 out of 10. Our third segment is The Subject, and is the second foreign horror film for this franchise, and after the way Parallel Monsters went down, I'm glad they continued with the different languages and basically stick with it for the rest of the franchise now. It's really cool, this one. It's very video game inspired. Since this one's all set about 1994, the time of like Wolfenstein and the first Doom, you can really feel it in this story. It's basically like watching a first-person shooter film throughout the entire second half, and yeah, I really like that aspect. My main issue honestly just comes with the intro being quite slow at times, and there's some really dodgy CG in this one, but because it's just so over the top and action packed, and tons of gore, tons of like evil, crazy scientists, all the soldiers getting massacred and stuff. I just think it's really fun, and I think the level of fun in this one completely outshines the issues that I have with it. So it's an 8 out of 10. It's great. Last up for VHS 94 is Terror, and I really want to love this story. I know a lot of people do find it one of the scariest segments since it's a lot more grounded than some of the others, with the only real supernatural element being the thing that stops the main baddies and isn't actually really the villain of the story. I really like the stuff. I really like seeing how these kind of white supremacist terrorist groups can gather and build people and the horrible things that they think and do. I love the vampire blood aspect being massively established on this one. Like, the fact that the blood makes people explode, that's just fun. That's just really fun, and a good way to tie it into the domestic terrorism aspect of the rest of the story. But like I said, I need characters to like, and all of them are horrific, with good reason. But it just kind of just put a damper on it, and I can't wait for them all to get killed off. The ending's great, but overall for me, it's a 7 out of 10.
Uh-oh.
And that's VHS 94. Yeah, it's a massive step up from Viral and the Snapchat stuff. This feels like a massive return to form to me, and to a lot of people, in all honesty. I don't love it as much as most people do, as you can see by my actual ratings, but once again, when you have like an entire thing where not even one story goes below a 5, that's pretty good. It's not as good as 2. Like, a lot of things aren't as good as VHS 2, but this one is really good, and as you can probably tell from my actual rankings, it was obvious that Ratma was going to be at number 1. Storm Drain is instantly iconic. The design of Ratma is awesome. I love basically everything about that story. I just wish it was a little bit longer. But when your main criticism is, I just want more of this, or like a sequel story, that's not really a negative. And yeah, it was obvious that Wraparound was at the bottom. I'm glad that they did one more Wraparound that does tie in to the first 3 films' Wraparound stories as basically a prequel to them. But I just wish there was more plot. It feels very sudden and kind of underwhelming. Even so, 94 definitely saved the franchise, and 1 year later, we got the next installment, so let's get straight to it. VHS 99 was released exactly 1 year after the previous film, and would essentially become Shudder's horror tradition of every single October around Halloween, they'd release a new VHS film. And yeah, there's a reason why this film, with its 99 setting, definitely takes a lot of inspiration from the more comedy horror aspects of the late 90s when it comes to horror movies. And I completely understand why a lot of people do not like this one. I completely get it. As someone, despite being born in 90s, I grew up more in 80s horror, and I like the more darker tones of pre-Scream era of horror. But this film's fun. There's a lot of issues with it that I'll get into, but VHS 99 is the fun one. It's the silly one. It's the let's see what will stick to the wall one. And I appreciate it for that. So this time there is no wraparound. I have to just go straight to the first segment. Let's do it. Shredding is the first segment of VHS 99, and honestly it really sets the tone for the entire film. It's cheesy, it's goofy, it's kind of crap at times, and yeah, that basically sums up Shredding. I like a lot of aspects of this. I love all the rock and punk stuff. As someone who's quite a metalhead myself, it's fun. I mean, you can probably tell from the background music throughout this video. I like me some heavy and kind of electronic-y stuff too. And yeah, Shredding does give that, but it's also just kind of crap. But in the best kind of way. It's very cheesy. The main characters are honestly just not even characters. The first half is ridiculously slow and boring. The only positive is generally Anchor, and the second half becomes an absolute crazy, meth-filled bloodbath. I love the second half. I don't like the first half. Essentially sums up shredding for most people, and I'm on board with it. So 5 out of 10. It's very mixed. Where I Can't Say on YouTube bid is a lot creepier than the rest of the segments in this film. Honestly, this feels more like a segment from 94 that was kind of left over and put into 99 because it just doesn't fit the tone of the rest of the film in all the best ways. This one is actual horror. Like, being put in an actual coffin, buried underground as water starts to fill up the actual casket, is one of my worst nightmares. The spider thing, I don't mind. I'm a big fan of spiders. But the rest of it, absolutely terrifying. The only issue I generally have with this story is the guillotine mask. I think it looks bad. Like, it looks like it's from Spirit Halloween, kind of bad. But the rest of it, all the bitchiness from all the nasty kind of, like, sorority girls is really good. The main character is very likable, despite her being a little bit snaky at times. And the ending is some of the most poetic moments in the entire franchise. So, 9 out of 10, it's amazing. Our third segment is Ozzy's Dungeon, and obviously I know a lot of people will know this from like American shows, but I'm British, so I honestly look at this a lot like the TV show Raven. If you're British and you watched that, you're an absolute legend, because it was an absolutely awesome show, but yeah, Ozzy's Dungeon is just fun. Like, the first half really does fit the kind of vibe of like the 90s and 2000s kind of like silly over-the-top kids shows, and when the gore happens in it, I every time kind of cringe of it because I'm like, ow. The second half is just so demented. It's so messed up. It's honestly kind of disturbing at times how Saw feeling it feels. Like, the stuff with the acid's really cool. I love the mum, even though she's absolutely terrifying. And the end is some amazingly poetic irony. I really enjoy this segment. I just wish that it wasn't so sudden of a shift in tone. Even so, 9 out of 10.
I keep catching myself trying to stay awake, falling asleep. I did not want to do that to y'all. That dozing off. I got up very early today, and I don't want to mess up. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I got up very early today, and I was just like, normally I take a nap before I stream, but this is a different exception. Oh my god. I'm probably gonna keep. This is probably gonna continue to happen, and I feel like I need to stop. Which it sucks to say. I hate to leave it. I hate to leave so quick, and you know, I really do. I'm just sleepy, bro. And I'm over here almost nearly falling asleep on stream. I said I'd never do that again. After the early streaming days of doing like friggin' of doing that one stream I did, Night of the Living Dead. I don't want to do that, but I'm feeling myself falling asleep, so I'm gonna need to cut. Get out of here, and try to get some rest. I'm so sorry. Oh, let me just go ahead and save this. Who do I send y'all to? I guess I'll do it in pop my. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop right there. Cause I don't know, I just don't feel good, and I'm not, like, I really just need to be able to, like, I did not feel funky fresh. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. But I will be back Wednesday. I'll be feeling better. I've taken these cups with me and some rest because I'm bugging out. I'm for real. Just oof. But I'll be back Wednesday. Other good stuff. we'll do like, because I know there's like a state of play coming up, and we'll take a look at that, and then afterwards, and then oh my god, we might do ZZZ or maybe fighting games. Yeah, it depends. But for now, I will see you guys in the next one. I'm so sorry. I'll be back next time on Wednesday. I promise. Yes. This is delicious. Peace.